The album title, I needed it to reflect where I'm at in my life right now, and I feel like you can just live and just kind of go along and plod along, or you can feel alive and grasp what's going on in your everyday being and making sure that you're taking every opportunity as it comes. So yeah, I feel like the image on the album cover too is very fearless, you know, no makeup, no hair, just me. I wanted people to really see that. Making this album was so different from the last one. I had 7 years to write the last album and a lot of time to get things wrong because no one was watching me and making notes and tweeting and writing blogs, and you know, there wasn't any anticipation as so much there is now. But this album was completely different. I had to make sure that everybody I went in with would bring out the best in me and not waste any time. We had 5 weeks in the studio, and that was it. Between doing The Voice, being on tour, writing a book, it was the most different experience as it was before. And it was crazy, but I feel like I'm someone that works well under pressure, and having the opportunity to go in with Darkchild, Dr. Luke, Claude Kelly, Ollie and Josh, Brandy, Big Sean, Dizzy Rascal, I feel very much like I pulled it together, and everyone that represented on the album has made it even more special. 3 songs that I feel represent this album the most: Daydreaming, Alive, and Thunder. Daydreaming for me represents the 90s influence, the Whitney, the Prince, the throwback to what I was listening to growing up. Alive, the lyric, you know, we're flying free like birds in the sky because we're alive. That's exactly what the album's about. You know, when people finish listening to the album, I want them to feel like they can go for that job that they didn't think they could. They want to tell that person that they love them, that they never did. I want people to live for the moment. And then Thunder, I just feel like vocally it represents where I wanted the album to go. I didn't want to apologise for the vocals that I have. I didn't want to be the pop girl that just sings the songs that are easy for everyone to sing along to. I want there to be an element of like, okay, yeah, she can sing. The Brandy duet was a dream. It was on my dream list, and I had the honour of meeting Brandy and working with her at the Clive Davis pre-Grammy party, where myself, Monica and Brandy were doing a Diana Ross tribute. Obviously, sadly, that night Whitney passed, so we never performed, but I was able to still kind of maintain a friendship with Brandy and Monica, and we spoke a lot, and I always said I'd love to work with you, and she was very much interested in doing it. And I wrote Conquer the World and was like, this would be an amazing duet with Brandy. So Claude and myself were like, just text her. And that's what I did. I just texted her saying, I didn't say what the song was called, I didn't send her the song straight away. I just said, I have a song that I think you could make gold dust, so I'd love for you to just take the time to listen to it. And she said, of course. And she recorded it, and when I got sent it, I was getting my hair cut, little shape up in the barbers, and I started crying, boy. Yeah, it was a lot. She's Brandy. She's amazing. That's the toughest thing, you know, to try and stay current, but also make music that you feel, not just music that you hear. I think it's honestly just being super confident, and I really do think that if you make yourself believe that it's great, you can make other people think that it's great, as long as it is great. But I feel the singles that the world have heard so far, i.e. Wild and It's My Party, don't fully reflect the whole album, and I don't think that every single ever should do that, because I don't want the whole album to sound the same. But I definitely think this album definitely represents more of the artist that I want to be forever than the first album did. Last week I was in LA. I recorded a duet with Mary J. Blige and a Christmas album. It was very weird recording a Christmas song in summer. Then I did a Smokey Robertson duet called Cruising Together. And then we did a week with Pharrell, and I wrote some songs with Pharrell. That was amazing. It kind of is. It's more so for the American version of this album. They don't feel it's finished yet. I always want to be honest. So the album in America isn't going out at the same time everywhere else in the world. I have no idea. It's not my decision. Sadly, I wish I had the power, but if it was up to me, the whole world would be getting the album at the same time. But they don't feel it's ready. So and then we went to Sydney in the same week, and we did X Factor. Yeah, it's non-stop basically. Like even today I'll be doing these interviews, then we have the Mobos, then GQ. Tomorrow I'm doing a breakfast show, and then we do Strictly Come Dancing in the evening. It's crazy, but it's great. Like, thank God it's happening again, and I'm getting a second chance, because it doesn't happen to everyone. People still think that I'm just a big Miley Cyrus fan, but I did shave my head for charity. I've never thought about the haircut or my head shape, or whether I have a dolphin's face in the back of my neck. Purely just why I wanted to do it. Today is the same as yesterday, and a month ago, and 6 months ago, and a year ago. I didn't care about what it looked like. I don't care what people think about what I look like. It's about raising money for kids that needed it. I used to be that kid that needed a new ECG machine to know what was going on with my heart. So when I met kids that their dying wish was to meet me, like, no one can understand how much inspiration that gives me. And for me to lose my hair, it's gonna grow back, it already is. It's nothing, you know. This year the Red Comic Relief raised just over 100 million, the most they've ever raised, because I feel like a new audience was brought in that maybe didn't know about Red Nose Day anymore, you know. So I don't know, I'm very honoured to be able to do things like that, because that's exactly what I live for. I haven't actually heard much of the Gaga material. That's one of the best and worst things about being in your kind of promo cycle, is you're in a bubble of like crazy times. But I've heard the new song Applause, which I really like. I thought her performance at the VMAs was really innovative and pushing the boundaries, you know. It was creative and it was different. I think Gaga's Gaga. You know, I think there are certain artists that fall under olives. I always say this, like, I think I'm probably one of those artists. You either love or you hate it. And I'm somebody that really appreciates her eccentricity. I had to say that slowly because I knew I was going to say it wrong. Yeah, there are moments where I go, really? But there are moments where I go, wow. And I think, you know, that you have to take the risk to do it. You can't just imagine it and then not do it. If I could be in a super group with 2 other females who are in the charts right now, oh man. Okay, if it could be anybody, it'd be Kim Burrell and Jasmine Sullivan. But if it has to be people right now in the chart, I'd say Beyonce and what my mind wants to say and what my mouth will say will be 2 different things. Yeah, I'd probably just say me, Beyonce and Rihanna. You have to make sure that everything you do, down to what you wear, endorsement deals, TV shows that you're sat on every Saturday night, really represent your true morals and soul as a person. And I'd love to go on X Factor and perform as an artist, but the word judge doesn't sit right with me. I'm definitely someone that's happy to coach and share my experiences and train somebody, but I'm not there just to laugh at you and point, and it's not how I feel that that's how the representation of the music industry should go. So no. How do I want to be remembered? First and foremost, I want people to go, wow, that girl could sing, and that I made a difference, that the noise that I made from my mouth wasn't just noise, it told a story, and that I left the world a brighter place than I found it. Hello, I'm Jessie J. Make sure you keep it locked on that grape juice.